We do have an increase in severe weather over the next couple of days, actually next few days. Texas today, Central Gulf Coast states Wednesday, Southeast Thursday. But of the 3 days, I think the day of the least amount of weather may actually be today. Let me show you what's going on. This upper level low, you can see it spinning near Albuquerque. This is moving east. Already a moistening process in the atmosphere. You see all this white on the water vapor loop, wind out of the west-southwest on the southeastern flank of our upper low. That's why we're going to get a soaking rain here tonight into tomorrow. Dallas, toward Oklahoma City, toward Fayetteville, toward the Boot Hill of Missouri. But severe weather, not as much. Let me show you why. And a lot of this deals with the tilt of the trough. What do I mean? I'm going to show you. Here's our upper levels. I'm going to push this forward here now. I'm going to outline the trough. This is what it looks like. You'll notice the tilt of the trough. This is called a neutral tilt. You have a positive tilt and then a negative tilt. It all depends on how that trough is tilting. This is what I call a positive tilt because it's tilted from northeast to southwest. And when that happens, a lot of the energy is on the western side of the trough. Not on the eastern side of the trough where you have what? More in the way of warmth and moisture. So this energy is kind of disconnected from where we have the most unstable air. Now, tomorrow it's different. Now the trough becomes what I call negatively tilted. So it's tilted from northwest to southeast. And when that happens, a lot of the energy in the form of wind is on the eastern side of the trough, which is now intersecting where you have, where? The warmth and the moisture, and tomorrow will be a bigger day. Now, let me show you another way. Another way to illustrate this, we always talk about wind. How do you measure energy in the atmosphere? Wind. Because of that positively tilted trough, you notice you don't have a lot of winds at around 5,000 feet. This is a great tool for severe weather. I see a lot of light purple, so the winds are relatively weak. Now, you do have enough instability, I think, that you're going to have at least some thunderstorms forming tonight. More likely this evening, but the area is small and the threat is low. It's not zero, but it is low. Tyler, Austin, Houston, Corpus Christi, isolated severe thunderstorms. And because of that upper low that's coming into West Texas, I can't rule out an isolated tornado, but I think odds of getting a few tornadoes are pretty low today. Now, compare tomorrow with that wind flow. Remember, we're getting a lot of light purple. Watch what happens in this zone here across Mississippi. Here we are at 6 o'clock. Watch as we go through the late morning, early afternoon. You're starting to get more dark purple showing up here in Louisiana and Arkansas. And then the whole area becomes darker purple late in the day. You see that? So see, you have a lot more energy in the form of wind tomorrow. And because that trough is negatively tilted, that wind energy is also in the area where you have the instability, the warmth, and the low-level moisture. So when you take a look at the future radar tomorrow, watch this. As we head toward the afternoon hours, you see all of this increasing wind starts popping thunderstorms mid to late afternoon. And you'll note that you have these individual thunderstorms. You see that looks like popcorn here across Louisiana and Mississippi. Keep an eye on these. These are what we call discrete cells. These are the thunderstorms that typically do have tornadoes, and if you get typically a strong tornado in here, EF2 or EF3, these are the cells that can produce them, so we have to keep an eye on that. Then it kind of changes as we get towards 7 o'clock. Notice a few discrete cells in northern Mississippi, but now you're getting what I call linear line of thunderstorms. Now, these thunderstorms typically produce damaging wind gusts, but there still could be isolated tornadoes. And the thunderstorms kind of increase as we go through the evening hours. Look at 11 o'clock. That line through Jackson, across the eastern parishes of Louisiana up toward Memphis. I think there will be some damaging wind gusts with this line. Can't rule out isolated tornadoes. And then the thunderstorms do tend to weaken by the time we get past midnight into Thursday morning across northern Georgia and Alabama. So the severe weather threat tomorrow, much larger in scope and also impacts. Downpours, hail, damaging winds, we will see that. And I think there's going to be, I don't think we're looking at dozens of tornadoes tomorrow, but I think there's a few to several tornadoes on the ground tomorrow, especially in Louisiana and Mississippi. Certainly an area no stranger to tornadoes. during the month of January, we'll have to worry about that tomorrow. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos here and be sure to subscribe for new content and the latest weather news from AccuWeather.